Welcome to The Scoop. This is a news program that is exclusively brought to you by Roots FM Newsroom. To present it, my name is Excelda Perry. One of the major tasks of a lawyer is to present facts to any court in the country. A lawyer also offers advice to clients on any issue that they may face in their day-to-day life, because courts use some terms which they may not understand. We now invite Twataizia Kasanda, a lawyer, to explain what it means to take leave of court.
Leave of court is simply permission from court to perform a particular action which will be stated in that application. For instance, when you hear that a party has sought leave of court in order to extend time for them to perform a particular action, when the court grants that leave, it means the court has given them leave. It has allowed them, it has given them the permission to do it. And then when you hear that the court has denied leave, meaning the court has not allowed them, it has not given them permission to go ahead and do that which they wanted to do. So you should remember, leave of court can either be given, which is granted, or denied by the court.
In other news, an agriculturalist says government must find ways of boosting production levels in the country. Joachim Zimba says government must engage stakeholders in the agriculture sector to help formulate policies that will see production of agricultural crops go upwards. A civic rights activist says he is disturbed by what he has called tribal tones by eminent personnel in society to allegedly condemn the allegedly wrongdoings by former Foreign Affairs Minister Stanley Kakubo. Gerard Miti said the head of state must act quickly in cases that involve government officials so that there are no sacred cows in the fight against corruption. A railway transport advocate says railway transport if improved, will benefit farmers who will see it as a cheaper mode of transporting farm produce to their desired market destination. Odita Lungu, the railway's transport advocate, shares more in this interview.
As to why Zambians need railway transport, the reasons are forwarded as follows. Number one, for easy transportation of goods and services. So you may be aware that Zambians do trade within and across the borders. So if an effective railway transport comes in, they are likely to benefit the most. Farmers also will have cheaper mode of transporting their farm produce to their desired market if railway transport is to be improved. Secondly, reduction in the cost of production triggered by a reduction in the cost of transportation. Transportation always adds to the cost of commodities on the market. And so when railway transport comes in, we are likely to benefit as a country to have cheaper goods in the market. Thirdly, a reduction in emission of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere.
A political party that is not in government has a critical role to provide checks and balances to the ruling party. One of such parties that we have in the country is the Democratic National Party, DNP. Now, party president Sidney Chiaba does not believe that Zambia's kwacha will appreciate soon. Mr. Chiaba was speaking in an interview with Roots FM News.
Based on economic factors, we don't expect kwacha to be strong than US dollar in terms of appreciation in the value, because most of our exports are in the hands of the foreigners. So Zambians were not involved in the economy. Foreigners are the ones who are involved in the economy. So when they export, the money that they sell things outside, they don't come to Zambia to be invested in Zambia. Most of it's externalized, so the currency can't be strong. So our GDP productivity is based on the foreigners who are manufacturing things and who own mines. Zambians mostly they are unemployed, maybe 70%, so they don't contribute to any productivity of this country in terms of export. So once we grow the export, we reduce the import, then and the money is coming back to Zambia, which means our central bank with a lot of reserves.
In sports, after clinching for ABSA Cup, Kabwe Warriors coach Numba Mumamba notes the need for Warriors to be clinical upfront in order to win the lucrative trophy. Warriors Muza join Zesco United, Nkwazi, Red Arrows and Power Dynamos, who complete the top 6 in the Super League. Atlantico Lusaka has joined Stubborn Changa Rangers for the ABSA Cup. The question is, who will lift the trophy? Sports analyst Tandika Chilwa tackles this issue.
Well, it's a tricky one, but as things stand, as long as of Zesco, definitely Zesco will always be favorite, unless otherwise things just flip. Yeah, so from now, Zesco stands a chance. I mean, they've got a world technical bench. If you look at the technical director there, Nona Janza, is the second most qualified Zambian because the highest has UEFA A license, and there are only two, Moses Chone and Kalusha Bwalia. Then he follows the second tier, if you like, there's Yona Janza. I think there's also Danny Kabo studying for the UEFA B. I'm informed also there's Kaindu, who was it. So really he's the most qualified. If you look at who is active right now in the club football in Zambia. So then of course there's George Luandamina, who has a massive experience with Zesco. He's been given time even when he has failed, discontinued. They've got the good players, they've got the money, everything. If you look at the club licensing, Zesco, they are the leaders, so none can match them. So I don't think why they should be able to fail to win.
Thank you for watching The Scoop, the news program which is exclusively brought to you by Roots FM Newsroom. My name is Excelda Perry. Until next week.
Worried of where you can sell your goods and services? Take heart. Advertise on Roots FM Radio Selling Point. Selling Point offers competitive prices in which you can market. What are you waiting for? Advertise your goods and services now and you will never regret. Call the marketing line on 0977 124063, 0955 124063. Roots FM, your only traditional and cultural radio station.